Loops are another type of closure for a garment. Loops can be created with a variety of supplies. Fabric loops can be made from fabric to match your garment, or you can use a contrast fabric. Fabric loops will be constructed in the same manner as the finished edge piping was done in Level 4 sewing bag chores and inserted before the front edge is completed. Use your 12-inch piece of cording and the 2x6 scrap cut on the bias to make your self-fill tubing. The loop size is determined by your button. Simply fold your piping until you get a loop that the button fits through easily, with a little extra, and it looks pleasing. Place a pin in the end location. In my sample, it is 2 inches. Now, we need some extra to place this into our seam, so add approximately 1 inch. And mark. So now, in my example, each loop will be 3 inches long. Cut each loop to the correct length. To insert the loops is easy. Take your 2 pieces 3x6 scraps and mark a line on one of the scraps at 4/8 of an inch. This will be 1/8 of an inch away from our pretend finish. And line up your loops in the location you previously determined using your buttonhole placement knowledge. Making sure that the original loop size is extending into the garment. For me it was 2 inches, but it's folded in half, so it will be 1 inch. And also that the seam allowances of the loop are up so they don't show on the pretty side later. Pin in place all your loops and then hand baste. Take your other scrap 3x6 and sew a 5/8 inch seam. Press well and your loops are all done. You can also use decorative cording to make loops. Attach your level 6 patch to your sewing bag and pin the sample underneath for future reference. To make loops from thread, wait till your front edge is completed. Take your scrap, cut 3 inches by 6 inches, fold in half with wrong sides together, and pretend the fold is your finished edge. Use your buttonhole thread doubled or tripled and knot it. Place into the finished edge, which was the fold, and create a loop the desired size. You can use your button to determine. Okay. Pull out a tiny bit of the thread and make a mark on the thread. Now go to the inside and make a knot at the marking. Go back out and pull out your loop. Take a new needle and thread, knot it at the end, and work a blanket stitch over these loops. This is the same stitch that we did in level 5 for eyelets. Make sure to work the blanket stitch in the same direction or the loop will twist. Do it all the way around the loop, which will take lots of time, and when done, bring the thread to the inside, knot it, and you have a beautiful threaded loop.